So just thought I'd give you a quick update on the fish that arrived in there just before Christmas. They've all settled reasonably well, no major issues, just the usual culprits of flukes and costia. I've actually just going to do another treatment for flukes this morning. Haven't found any, but I'm heading away to Japan tomorrow for the All Japan Koi Show and our spring trip, just our winter stroke spring trip to R.O.I. I just like to go through a treatment on all the fish before we go away, just to make sure there's nothing happens or nothing sneaks up on them while I'm away. The temperature's sort of back down now to about 18 degrees, so the fish are just chilling out. They're quite happy in those temperatures. Just give them a wee bit of food here. I'll just flick this round. Yeah, they are quite settled, and say I've had no major issues. I've been pretty, don't like to say it, but smooth sailing so far with them. There's only one fish in there which sort of had any issues with it, and it's no damage or anything on it, but it just seems to have dropped its colour. It's a Showa. Thankfully it wasn't a sold fish. You can just sort of see it coming straight towards me now. To the left here. The colour has just dropped right out on it. I really don't think it will come back, but we'll give it a bit of time and see what happens with it. We'll just have a look now at these other ponds. Again, these guys have all sort of settled. You can see the discoloured water slightly there. That's just one of the flubanol treatments that we've put in. It's quite a mild treatment. I don't want to go with anything too harsh when I'm heading away tomorrow. So yeah, again, these guys all settled in brilliant. Usually you end up with a few problems now and again when you're bringing stuff in, but so far so good. They've all settled in quite well. I'll just be glad now, another couple of months, when the temperatures get up a bit, we can start shifting some of these. It's always a bit stressful looking after so many fish. It's better to get them out into their own ponds. It makes life easier for me. But obviously they'll not be going anywhere until we're happy with the temperatures and stuff. It's usually with Northern Ireland and Ireland, it's usually sort of mid to late April. I don't see it being any different this year either. We have a few customers with heated ponds, and they'll be coming to get theirs when they get back from Japan, assuming everything's okay. We'll just do a few scrapes on them and stuff like that before people collect them. I'll just go back out the back here and show you the grow on. Yes, I'm just out now with our grow on tanks, checking all that sort of stuff before we go away. I'll just flick this round so you can see what's going on. These are all our Tosai tanks. They're all lying empty at the minute. We'll this side here has all been power washed down and sterilised. This side here we did have a customer's fish in here for the over the winter. We were building this new pond, so we're going to sterilise this system completely and then drain it down, fill it up and sterilise it again. We wouldn't normally bring people's fish back into the shop for any reason at all, but the fish that did come back in are all fish that have come out of my shop, so there's nothing that hasn't come from me. Still not ideal, but I say that's not so bad at this time of year because we can completely isolate them and there's no contact with any other fish. This is the Isa and Marido stuff that we grew on. Not too sure how well it will show up on this camera, but the temperatures are way down in here. It's only sitting at about 8 degrees. I just switched the heater off at the start of December and just give them a couple of months of no heat and no food. And then when I get back from Japan, when we get back from Japan, I'll switch the heating back on to these guys and get them up to temperature, slowly get them back on the food a bit. Do a few scrapes, checks them for any health problems, do any treatments if need be, and then once I'm happy that they're settled and in good condition, we'll start videoing, photographing them. I had sort of planned to do it sooner, maybe try and get it done over Christmas, but I've just decided to leave the heat off and let them sit here until maybe say probably the end of February we'll get it all done. There's probably about 140 fish or 150 fish here on each side of the photograph and video, so it's going to take a couple of days to do. But yeah, I just flick this right and you can see the other ones, the non-Gosanki stuff. They're all just, a lot of them just sort of lined up on the bottom there. They're not particularly active at the minute. Yeah, but like me, they don't like the cold weather so much. But yeah, so I head off tomorrow morning, early start, down to Dublin and fly to Schiphol and then into Tokyo for the All Japan Koi show. We'll stay in Tokyo on the Friday night with Tim and Brian and stuff from Fitz Fish Ponds. You're nearly set. And I think Tim's a couple of customers and Brian's a few customers with them as well. So we'll stay there Friday night and then we'll go to the All Japan Koi show on the Saturday. Spend the day there and then we'll get the bullet train up to Nagata and we'll start out in the mountains on Sunday morning. It's primarily a trip for me to get smaller fish, but I do have a couple of customers after sort of some larger stuff. And if anybody wants anything or is after in particular, just drop me a message and I'll see what I can do to find it for you. And also, anybody has any strange varieties or something in particular that they want to see in the Tosai collections this year, again, just comment below and I'll see if I can add it to the list of stuff we're going to get. But really looking forward to the trip. It only feels like a couple of weeks ago we were out there for the autumn harvest, but so say nearly 3 months, just 2.5 months ago we were out there. So we'll get this trip over us and then it's sort of, you feel like you're on the home straight into the pond season again. The fish will probably be shipped to us end of February and then we'll have them ready for sale when the temperatures sort of settle out, hopefully mid-April or towards the end of April. Okay, thanks.